Hi guys. Oh shit. Anyways, try to mash it. I mash it up personally. Hi guys. Um I don't know what you're gonna be. I realize that I'm really close to the camera. So good news. I have back my favorite today. Yay. This is as in pineapple, ginger, which is my favorite. Beets, which is also my favorite. Strawberry and something else. But I absolutely love this combination. It is such a boost to my system, and it's just what I need, especially today. Tip for us women: beets are very, very good for us. There's some talk that they even help with our uterus and those issues and stuff like that. And I think there is some truth to it because I suffer from what you call, I think it's called dysmenorrhea. I haven't used the scientific term for it for a while, not since I was diagnosed, but it's just really, really, really painful periods. So normally on the first day when my period starts, I would be extremely ill, a lot of pain and stuff like that. From a teenager, I developed what they said I had cysts, and my periods used to last like 7 days, and they were very, very heavy and very painful. I was put on birth control of all things, which was supposed to help. It stopped my period from being 7 days, but it was still heavy some days, and it didn't help with the pain. I used to have to get injections for pain. Actually, I couldn't work. I couldn't go to school. It was a lot. I was kind of glad when I got pregnant because I heard this old wives' tale that, after you get a child, that the cramps lessen, and that, well, people had also likened the cramps that I get suffering from dysmenorrhea to like childbirth, and let me tell you, they were not wrong. Because when I actually went into childbirth, it was painful. It was a little bit more painful, but I was accustomed. Like, you could get accustomed to pain, but you know what I mean. Is that it wasn't a huge surprise. I didn't use, well, I didn't want to use any sort of pain medication because of all the different stuff that I had seen about how the medication affects the baby when it comes out and stuff like that. So I was determined to do it naturally and not have to do that. So that's exactly what I did. The pain was intense, but I got through it. I would say by turning inward and bearing on the fact that I dealt with pain before. So that was that. But truthfully, it did lessen up a bit. There were still sometimes when I would have bad cramps, but the thing is that when you become a mother, even when you're sick, it's like your children's needs come first. Like, the only way that would not happen is if you're like in hospital bed, or even if you're home, or maybe it's just me. Even if I'm home and I'm feeling really, really sick, I still have to like get up and do what my son needs or whatever. Over the last year and a half, I would say that my my period pain has intensified. I didn't even think it could get that bad, to the fact where I experience pain every single day, not just 1 to 2 days, but every single day of my period. Um, I found out it was because I have fibroids. No, the doctor told me that his recommendation is surgery, because one of them, there's several, one of them is pretty big. And of course, my first instinct was hell no. No, surgery is not an option for me. Neither is medication. I don't want to be on medication because of the different side effects. I had stopped taking the birth control because of the side effects I was going through. I had stopped taking the injections that I had to get because of the side effects that it was giving me after that. So I already know what it feels like to be dependent on these things and how it makes you feel. So I was not willing to do that. So I started to do some research, and as I found out that beets are good, and I was looking for natural ways, like molasses. That's gonna be a whole other video because I haven't really officially started. Oh no, that's not true. I started by. Oh, here's one thing. Oh gosh, I'm sorry to be all over the place, but I went to my not just doctor, my OBGYN, and I asked them, okay, well, what about changing my diet? Would that help? And he said no. He said no. No, I'm sure he's a good doctor, and he's only going based on his training. But I know we are what we eat, and a lot of these things that appear in our bodies are a result of what we eat. So if we stop eating those things and we use the food as the medicine instead, yeah, we will get rid of all this stuff that's happening. So as I was heavily into the eat right for your blood type diet. I have to do a video on that too, because I had stopped doing it because, let's be honest, budget wise, it is very expensive, and I know I wouldn't say I was initially I was one of those persons that would say, oh, this is too expensive and stuff like that. But when you look at it this way, it's like, this is your body, this is your health. You can't put a price on things that are going to make you feel good, that are going to benefit your body, that are going to stop you from having to be in the hospital, or being able to do things that you want to do. There's no price on that. That's why I say true wealth is your health. You could get the most money in the world, and if you sick, or you think you can't spend it, what you can do, you can't enjoy it. You would then have to turn around and take all that money and then try to repair all the damage that you did before. And it's always better to be proactive than reactive. So yeah, before I would think so, but no, I don't think that anymore. It's like, if something is natural and I know it works for me, I don't bat an eyelid in terms of like how much it costs. As long as I can see, I know and think for myself that it is going to work for me, I'm going to get it. So I was on the eat right for your blood type diet. It was expensive at first, but then I had to stop because the money that, money wise, things change, life ebbs and flow all the time. So I used to look for cheaper alternatives. I'm gonna use that. So for example, instead of buying Ezekiel bread, which costs a good side of money, I would buy spelt flour or cassava flour, and you know, use cane sugar and make my own bread based things, stuff like that you have to do. um, Instead of looking for um, specialty pasta and stuff like that. Just don't eat pasta. Just buy rice or brown rice or whatever. I usually end up buying the generic brands of stuff, right? But the thing that I couldn't really maintain was the supplements, and that's what I really wanted. Anyway, long story short, so then when I started at TLC and the introduction of CBD, and when I found out all the benefits of CBD because of how it interacts with a system that we have in our bodies called the endocannabinoid system, which actually regulates everything from your brain right down every single part of your body. It regulates, even for us women, our uterus and stuff. And but unfortunately, when my country went into lockdown, or is it lock up, when everybody get locked up inside, I wasn't able to get the products like before. But here's what I can tell you. I am currently waiting on a shipment of the products again with the CBD. And as I was telling you, like, all for the last year and a half, I realized that my periods have gotten increasingly worse. Like, I can remember, especially for like Christmas last year, my period actually came on Christmas Day, and I was sick. I was not only sick Christmas Day, I was sick Christmas bank holiday, and next couple of days I was walking around like basically double over. I couldn't even stand up. And I started using the products from around Christmas on myself. Say January. I will be honest, I was inconsistent because I was bringing them in. I was also giving samples to people, family members, and I was also selling them. So I wasn't using them like, I don't even think I used them for a full month, like consistently on myself. And now we're 7 months into a year, and today is the first day of my period. And today's the first day of my period, and I can actually be out and about. I was able to stand up, do stuff, like almost function as normal, and that has been unheard of for a while now, like over almost a year. Usually I would be in bed in pain and not able to function. So I do have some pain, but it is manageable. I took some Panadol early this morning when I first started, and Panadol actually works. No, this is a girl who had to get injections for pain. I think they used to inject me with muscle relaxers or something like that, and it works. And Panadol works. I took Panadol early this morning. It's 9 minutes past 2 p.m. and I didn't have to take anything else. And I know that is because of that. That's the only thing that's different. So I definitely want to get some more for myself and just everything, so that I can share my story. And I also want to monitor how they're gonna affect the stuff that I have going on inside. But yeah, that brings me back to here. Beets are one of the things that they said works as well. I don't really have an appetite during my period, especially the first couple of days. But I thought of this, and I was glad that my house store was open again, finally, and I was able to get this. So this is gonna fill my body with all the nutrients that I need. This will last me till tomorrow. I'm just gonna drink a lot of water, and I'll probably eat some fruit. I have some fruit with me, and that should be good. But I'm so thankful that is the first day of my period, and I can move around like a regular person. I'm not bedridden. Thank you. Alright guys, I'm gonna enjoy this. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. I need a hairstylist. Have a great day, guys.